Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode of Not a Nail Tech, I'm going to try and make some 3D balloon nails for New Year's, so they'll have the number 26 on them. So first I started off with Flirty Flamingo, and I've just gone in with a nice even layer of this, and when I'm happy I'm going to pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds to cure. I'm just going to go in with a second coat of this just to make sure it's really opaque and you can't see any patches through it. Now that's cured for 60 seconds, I'm going in with Silversurfer and I'm just going to dot this on the top and make it into a little bit of an ombre, which is quite easy to do with this glitter because it's got lots of different size particles in it. Once that's cured for 60 seconds, I'm going to go in with some top coat and put a nice even layer of this on as well. And the aim of this layer is that we can cure this and give it a buff down, so when we do any chrome later on, it won't stick to our background. I'm going to pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds and then I'm just going to buff it all down with one of our buffing blocks. And I'm going to do most of this off camera because it's a little bit awkward and it takes a little while. Now I'm happy with that. I'm going to go in with our new 3D sculpting gel, which is called a Nail Tip Gel Adhesive because you can use it for express nails and that kind of thing too. And what I've done here is I've literally just pulled it onto the nail in the shape of a 2, which I did off camera because it was a little bit awkward, so I do apologise for that. But as you can see, I'm just going in with a silicone brush and I'm just reshaping it until I'm happy with it. So what I think I'll do is I'll probably go in and add a little bit more on the diagonal line because that's looking a little bit thin to me and we want it nice and chunky to make it look like a balloon. So the best way of using this product is to keep it nice and cool. The hotter it gets, the stickier it gets. So if you keep your hands off it, it should be all right. And I'm just going to go in with the silicone tool and just keep patting and moving the product around until I'm happy with the placement. For any bits that I want to smooth out a little bit more, I'm just using my finger with a little bit of warmth through the glove just to melt it a little bit. This product's really, really great for holding its shape, so that's why I was really happy to use it for this project. As you can see, it's really taking shape now. And next what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go around the edges and just pop in some extra lines to look like the folds on a 3D mylar balloon. So I'm just doing this around all of the curved edges. And once I'm happy with that, I'll be popping it in the lamp for 60 seconds to cure. Now I'm going to be doing another nail, so this is going to be our 6, so it's going to say 26. And I'm just doing the same again, so you can see I've actually done it to show you the example here. I'm just popping it straight onto the nail so it doesn't get too sticky. I'm just going to go in and make the curved part of the 6 now, because I figured out that I really wanted the thickness of this product to be a similar thickness to how it comes out of the tube, so that worked really well for this project. And just again going in with one of our silicone tools and just patting that and pushing it until I'm really happy with the shape. This might take a little while just to get it nice and even. What you want to do as well is just check that your numbers actually look like they're the same size on both of the nails as well, because you don't want them to look uneven. I'm happy with the shape of that, I'm just going back in and popping in those little lines to show the little dents on the balloon. Again, just pop them around any of the curved edges or anywhere you think you would normally see them on a balloon. Now I'm happy with that and it's cured. I'm just going to take another little bit of our 3D sculpting gel, and this is just going to be for the bottom of the balloon where it gets tied and secured. So I'm just going to be flattening this out and making it into almost like a little triangle, rhombusy kind of shape. And again, just pushing that product around until I'm happy with it. I'm going to do exactly the same on the number 6 nail as well. Once that's cured for 60 seconds, I'm going to go in with one of our chrome pigment powders, and this is one of our holographic ones because I thought it would look the most like one of the Mylar balloons. So I'm just going to go in and buff that all over the number, and any of the little creases where I'm struggling to get it in with the applicator, I'm just going to use a little brush and pop that into the little nooks and crannies. And I'm not too worried about any of the areas where the 3D product touched the nail to make it sticky, because we can always wipe off some of the excess chrome with some gel residue wipe off solution as well. I'm just going to go in with the other nail and buff that all in again. And again, I'm just using a little brush to get into all of the nooks and crannies. And don't forget the little section at the bottom where the balloon gets tied off. Now I'm happy with that. I'm just going to go in and pop on some squiggly lines at the bottom, and these are just going to be the strings that come off the balloons, and we're going to go back in with some chrome as well on those in a second. So as you can see, I've buffed off all the excess chrome and wiped off any from around the edge of the balloons. What you want to do once you've added these lines on is cure them in your lamp for 60 seconds because we need to buff the chrome onto them as well. Now those are cured, I'm just going back in with that little brush and some chrome and wiping that on. Again, make sure to buff off all the excess chrome, and then we're going to go in with some top coat and just top coat over everything. So what you want to do is you want to do a nice thin layer of top coat everywhere and make sure you get into all of the crevices and not leave too much product around those crevices because it will ruin the 3D effect. And I'm just doing the same on the nail with the number 2 on as well. I really wanted to try this idea for some New Year's nails because I had seen some people who'd made some 2D balloon nails, and I thought it would be really fun to try and make them 3D, but this idea would work really, really well for birthday nails as well, because you can make any number you want out of these too. Now those have cured for 60 seconds, I can show you my little reveal of the 26 nails. What do you think? I think they're quite cute. and here they are on some fingers as well, just so you can see. And you can see they match up really well for the sizing too. Let us know if you recreate any of our looks that we've shown you on our channel, and if you want any of the products used today, they'll be linked in the description box below. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye!